Hi everybody, it's Professor Mitchell. I am driving up to Sacramento right now, taking the dog to her doctor's appointment, and I thought, this is kind of boring. I really wish I had something productive to do. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to make that video that I've been meaning to make for a few semesters now, telling you the story of how I became a math major. So as you may remember, I started out as a psychology major, and in my second year of college, I had to take a statistics class in the psychology department. This is a pretty typical requirement for psychology majors. It's taught by a psychology professor who obviously knows statistics. So we're doing this statistics class, and eventually we get to the normal distribution, which is what we're talking about now in our class. So we're learning about the normal distribution and how, in order to find areas under the normal curve, you have to use this table. And I started thinking, how did they get the numbers in this table? How did they figure them out? And at this point, I had taken a little bit of calculus. And those of you who have had calculus may remember that one of the major things you do in calculus is you use it to find areas under a curve using a process called integration. So I took the equation for the normal curve, which I may have shown you for about 2 seconds during the lecture. It's this kind of intimidating looking equation that we don't do anything with ourselves. So I started trying to integrate this thing, and after a few minutes I noticed that I'm not getting anywhere. I'm just going around in circles. So I take these few pages to my professor, who, as I mentioned, was a psychology professor, and I said, this is something I worked on. What do you think it means? And he looked at it and he said, I have no idea. He was a psychology professor. He either didn't have a background in math or, didn't remember it. He may or may not have ever had calculus. I have no idea. And at that point, I thought, you know what, maybe I'm in the wrong major. So I signed up for a couple of math classes the following semester, and I absolutely fell in love. I never looked back. I had known in high school that I was good at math. I never found it terribly interesting. I had some good teachers, but I didn't find the material all that interesting. Well, that all changed the following semester. I took a class in logic and proofwriting, and I just had so much fun with that class, and it gave me a whole different perspective on the classes that I had to take after that. And by the way, I felt kind of vindicated years later when I found out that problem that I had been trying to do is something that actually can't be done. It's impossible. So the people that figured out the numbers in the normal distribution table, they had to do it a different way that I had not learned at that point. So that's it. That's the story of how the normal distribution turned me into a math major.